Genesis 3, 6 and 7 says, "When the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and was a delight to the eyes, and the tree was desirable to make one wise, she took its fruit and ate, and she gave also to her husband with her, and he ate. And then the eyes of both of them were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves loin coverings." Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 90-day reading plan, today's reading is Genesis 3 through 5, and I encourage you to read that passage. Now, most of us are familiar with the story of Adam and Eve's temptation and sin, but I'd like to take a moment and just reflect on the results of their actions. They not only did affect their own relationships and lives, but they affected the world as well. Romans 8, 19 through 22 speaks of the fact that when Adam and Eve were judged, the entire world was judged with them. This has broad implications for the way we live and how we interact with nature. Now, I'm just not a very good gardener. I really don't have enough expertise or experience to be very successful at producing a garden. There always seems to be an abundance of weeds and bugs and a lack of vegetables. And this is a direct result of the fall of Adam and Eve. Prior to their sin, gardening was a lot easier. And this brings us to an interesting situation. Here in the United States, there is a significant emphasis on the way we treat the physical world. Many people have the idea that we can do anything we want to the world and everything will be all right. It certainly is true that given a little bit of time, the earth can clean itself up from the junk that we put into it. But it's not true that we can do anything that we want and the world will be okay. God gave Adam dominion over the earth. He made him a steward of the earth, and that means that he was able to use the earth's resources to provide for his needs. However, God did not allow him to abuse the earth in the sense of not caring for how he used it or how we use it. We as believers have a responsibility to treat the earth with the respect that it deserves because it is a creation of God. Just as we are to respect all mankind, we respect the resources the earth provides us. This doesn't mean that we have the right to use those resources indiscriminately, but we must use them responsibly. We must use them in a way that glorifies God rather than abuses the land. We are responsible for our actions, both in our bodies and in the world around us. We are believers in Christ, and therefore we should be sensitive to how we perform our stewardship duties with the environment.